What's going on, everybody? Big Dog Brett. Thanks so much for watching the video. Do me a favor, hit like, subscribe, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. I forgot to edit some of my other videos, so I'm gonna edit to you now right here at the front. Appreciate you guys watching the video, and here we go. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Big Dog Brett. Wanted to get into the whole who's gonna win the Super Bowl. I gotta tell you, it's really exciting either way. As most of you guys know, I'm a big Georgia fan, and there's a lot of players from University of Georgia who are going to be playing in this game. But the two most prominent, at least in my opinion, are going to be Todd Gurley and Sony Michel. And I'm going to tell you how I think that's going to work out. So now, these teams are really, and by the way, guys, this is all my opinion. You know, I'm not stating anything that's some super crazy fact or, you know, something that is just unbelievable and all this other stuff. Look, even Vegas has got the score being a 2-point difference, so it's really close. It's going to be here in Atlanta. It's going to be crazy. It's just going to be awesome. So, as you guys are watching my channel on a regular basis know, I like to kind of get into some of the facts and talk about how some of the teams perform under pressure, how they perform overall, locker room mentality, and what I think, you know, some of the key factors are going to be and who's going to win this game. So, all right, you know, everybody knows Tom Brady is one of the greatest of all time. There's absolutely no doubting that. If you don't know that, you don't know much about football. Just an absolutely amazing quarterback. The thing that I found interesting is that Jared Goff, he's having a hell of a season. Excuse my language there, but his completion percentage is 64.9, and guess what? Tom Brady's is 65.8. So less than a 1% difference in the two teams as far as the completion percentage. So the teams are really close as far as that. Now, New England has, or Tom Brady has 4,300 yards. Los Angeles, this is in passing, has 4,700. So there is a difference there. There's almost a 10% difference there. So that means to me that Jared Goff may not be making as many attempts, but the pass difference, hold on a second. Seatbelt. Anyway, so it would seem, at least on paper, that he's throwing some longer shots downfield. We'll see how that pans out for him in the game. The biggest thing I really want to talk about is the difference in running backs. Both running backs are from UGA. Their feature running back, which is Sony Michel and Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley is an absolute beast. Okay, he just is. He's averaging like 90 yards a game. He's over 1,250 yards in rushing on the season for the Patriots. For the Rams, excuse me. And the Patriots have Sony Michel. He's averaging about 70 yards per game and 931 yards total. But he's kind of splitting those carries with James White. So, and I think that they're doing that to try to keep him fresh. To say that Todd Gurley is splitting carries, he kind of is between Malcolm Brown and C.J. Anderson. So, the teams seem to be built pretty similarly as far as how they handle personnel, the quality of the personnel that they have. It seems really close, at least on paper. The rushing and the receiving is incredible. One of the big differences I was able to find was the third down conversion ratio. This is where New England has an edge. They have a 45% versus a 40%. Not a huge advantage there, but definitely an advantage. When you're closer to 50% than you are 40%, that can play a key factor later in the game. And I think a lot of that really stems from whenever the Patriots beat the Chiefs in the last game. They really had they really did well on those last couple of drives where they got into some third down situations. They were third and long, but they were able to pick up the first down, so that definitely helped that ratio. If you go back and you take that out of the equation, that fourth down ratio is almost identical again. Punting, both teams are pretty good at punting. As far as kicking goes, you guys are pretty decent. As far as turnovers go, again, everything is so incredibly just similar. It just is. The biggest key factor that I will point out, and I'm sure that somebody will come up with a conflicting stat or a stat that shows something different, is I wanted to point out that when the Rams played the Saints earlier in the season, it ended up being 45-35. But then when they played them the last game of the season, they played them 26-23. So I mean that shows to me that the defense is starting to show up. And if you look at like their past 4 games, you know, or I mean, if you take the Philadelphia's Eagle game kind of out of the equation, well, I guess you can say the Niners, they kind of had a bad game there. But if you look at those games, man, they really, well, the Bears, the defense can show up and do a good job. It doesn't seem like anybody's really scoring a lot of points. Where was that at in here? I want to find that stat again. Where's that? Not that one. So they're holding opponents to, on average, 24 points a game. And the Patriots are holding their opponents on average to about 20 points a game. Now, the Patriots are averaging about 27 points a game for themselves, but here's the big difference. Los Angeles is averaging almost 33. So, to me, a 6-point difference on offense versus a 4-point difference on defense, that's why you're seeing everything so close. Personally, I think that New England probably has a better chance of winning this game, but I don't know if that's going to be the case, because to me, the X factor here is whether or not they can stop Todd Gurley. Having been a Georgia fan and watched him his entire college career, that guy's incredibly difficult to stop. He has a unique ability to not only run over you, but also run around you. Sony Michel is more of a kind of a human joystick kind of guy. He's just, he jumps, makes real quick cuts, and he's got some great speed. Todd Gurley has excellent speed as well, but he's the kind of guy that's really difficult to tackle. So I think that if the Patriots can stop Todd Gurley, I think they'll win the game. If they cannot stop Todd Gurley, then the Rams are going to win the game. Both have a great quarterback. Both of them do well on third downs. Both of them don't really get flustered. I think that overall the Patriots have probably had a better season. I mean, I understand that they're 11-5, but that last game they played against the Chiefs was just really something to watch. Now, that having been said, I think the Rams are going to win, but I'm rooting for the Patriots. I really wanted to see Sony Michel punch one in. Todd Gurley, second year in a career, outstanding running back. I'd love to see him do well. So I think the Rams are going to win it, and I think it's probably going to be, golly, what did I say earlier when I looked at all of this? I think it's going to be 32 to, well, I'll say 34. I think 34-28. That's what I think, Rams. But I'm going to be pulling for the Patriots. Well, guys, as far as the locker room mentality goes, I think it's really going to be, them calling Tom Brady old and him coming out there and wanting to show out. But we'll see what happens. I think if Rams can get out there in front and put some points on the board and really work hard to keep the Patriots down, they can win this game. But we'll see what happens. So 34-28. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day. God bless. Go Dogs.